Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to keep the baby.
Like the infamous quote on GTA San Andreas, oh shit, here we go again. Look, welcome back, guys. We got Daisy from the Fresh and Fit podcast. We're talking about Walter, baby's mother, on the platform saying that she is actually going to not keep the baby after a long thought out decision.
I've been taking a lot of supplements since January in order to plan our baby with Walter.
Now, of course, Daisy is a very polarizing figure in today's manosphere society because she is the one that got pregnant by Walter Weeks from the Fresh and Fit podcast. We all thought that there was some craziness going on with the situation beforehand, especially with the way that Fresh and Fit told the story, where at one moment they were defending her, saying that she was not an escort, she's a good person, etc., etc. And then on the next moment, there was this big spiral after there was a lawyer that was brought on the platform, and the lawyer said, hey, don't do certain things. But this caused Fresh and Fit to crash out and go about handling the situation, which I thought was terrible, by calling her all types of escorts, saying they'll call ICE, and it was a really disgusting time.
Why would I decide not to keep the baby? Because I actually planned the baby with him. Do you guys understand?
Now, it seems that Daisy was saying that she was never baby trapping Walter because she said that they had been taking supplements, they had been planning for a baby, about getting a house, this, that, and the third. And to be fair, that made a whole lot of sense at the time. I understand that Walter is a person who does make a lot of money. He is someone who does have a status to him and a name. However, he has to protect himself. He has to make sure that people aren't out there to get him because of what he does earn. And there are going to be women out there that say a bunch of different things, like you got me pregnant in order to trap them. But that doesn't excuse the fact that Walter was still busting up inside of her. But a lot of people thought that this was a game plan, a ploy to get some money from Walter and the Fresh and Fit conglomerate, specifically the lawyer of these guys.
Ask yourselves, what kind of person, if you were dealing with something truthful and this serious, does this and immediately publishes it on the internet?
Does someone who actually want to have a kid do that?
It becomes I'm going to need some money to terminate pregnancy. I'm also going to need some money to recover after that because it was very traumatic for me. Or if that shakedown doesn't work, it turns in a couple of months, oh, I lost the baby. My goodness, I lost the baby. And by the way, now I'm very upset that I lost the baby. And obviously I'm not going to return the money for the stroller and for the car and for all the down payment on the condo that I said that I needed because I was going to have your child. But yes, I lost the baby.
Now, the lawyer is doing a great job of protecting his clients and spinning the story the best way that he can. So we got to give him a round of applause for that. I cannot take that away from him. However, that does not take away from the fact that Walter himself admitted to nutting inside of this young woman, to letting it go all up in her, having the baby swim around and get all those eggs attached and you know, do what they do. So there has to be some sort of possibility that he did get her pregnant. I don't know why they're talking about it as if this is so far-fetched, because again, he did the things in which he said he would do when somebody is their girlfriend. He showed him to the mom, he bought him gifts, he was on social media, called her literally his girlfriend, his boo-bop, his baby bear. It's the most insane thing in the world. But them sitting here acting as if she made up this whole thing without any shadow of a doubt possibility is only crazy if we look at who Fresh and Fit is, if we understand who the masterminds of manipulation truly are. Now, where I do think Daisy is disgusting is because previously, when she talked about keeping the baby and not getting an abortion, she talked about God and her religion when she was having those voice messages with Walter and those text messages with him as to why she could not do it. But now we're all of a sudden pro-abortion, pro-getting rid of the baby, and it's contradictory to what she's saying.
I actually manifested this baby and God gave me the baby. So can you imagine, I was very emotional when I had a voice call with him. Of course, I wasn't going to kill it. I'm not going to kill my baby after everything's going on. Like, I'm not going to be a single mother. Even until now, he's not showing up. I asked him to do a DNA test. He refused. Instead, he's been acting like a fucking child and playing a song like celebrating me being single mother.
Now, Daisy, I do agree with you that Walter is a child, but you laid down with a child who has plenty of video evidence on the internet of him being a child, so I have no sympathy there for you. But weren't you the one who was throwing the whole Jesus card? You lay your trap card face down, Jesus, 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 this is why I will not delete my baby. But all of a sudden, now you have the ability to delete the baby. It's not making sense. You're getting too far away away from your original narrative about actually wanting a baby, and you're sounding more and more and more like a gold digger or a 304. And then to get into the conversation about single motherhood, right, sure, maybe you thought things would change. However, I would think that if you really were in this to start some sort of family, then you wouldn't be taking these things online and going about them the way that you are. Now, some might argue that Walter pressed her buttons and made her do what she had to do, forced her hand even, but I'm totally in disagreement with that. You only did this because he had a platform. Do what you do, but don't come around and play stupid and foolish at the end of the day when you didn't get things done in the way that you thought they could be done. Now, of course, this situation doesn't make what's going on with Fresh and Fit and Walter and Myron any sort of better, because now she is appearing more and more to be a certified gold digger. And being in the public light, getting a gold digger impregnated puts everything that you've ever said in question. You can stop with the cries and the crocodile tears about how you save lives, and when they take away these platforms that this hurts you because I believed in helping you guys because it gave me a better feeling than it did when I was saving children. No, at the end of the day, the beginning of the night, you guys go out there and you have sex with 304s and gold diggers, people that are after your pockets. You're not careful, you're not protecting yourself. And in true gold digger fashion, because she could not get the money out of the Fresh and Fit podcast, of course she has to do what all the people do, the greatest do, you know, the brick ladies of the world, or any of the Walmart women of the world, anybody in the new age does. They start a GoFundMe.
So we are now creating a charity. We are going to do donation to the other women that's out there who needs help.
We got you, Daisy.
I think we are going to set a GoFund. I'm not going to keep anything for me, because I don't really need the money.
We never thought you were. I'm glad you cleared that up.
I just want to help other women out there. I want to help the community that's out there who's going through the same situation as me.
Oh, buddy. Look, naturally, we aren't falling for your fake GoFundMe charity BS. When people announce a GoFundMe and they're not listing the tangible things that their GoFundMe will do, it's a scam. There's no need for her to clarify, because nobody was insinuating or ever even thought that you would keep any of the money. But we're glad that you clarified that, because now we know the true intentions behind this GoFundMe is to continue to fund your lifestyle. At the end of the day, though, whatever happens to her and how bad she looks on the internet is still a reflection of Walter from the Fresh and Fit podcast. If he would have never been sticking his tip in somewhere that didn't belong, not pulling out, wearing protection, then we would not be in the situation to be able to clown him. I do think that this woman is a clown. I think that every time that she opens her mouth, she looks worse in the light. But this is still a reflection on who the true alpha male podcasters of the world, the Pug Prince himself, and who he decides to court and show to his parents and all these things. I implore people to get up off the internet, stop applauding these people, stop platforming these people for doing the bare minimum, and find real guidance in real life. I understand that people make mistakes. I'm not saying that I haven't made mistakes before, but I think we can handle people who make mistakes in a better light if they didn't come off as such jerk-offs in the beginning. Now we're looking at everything you do with a needle, because every time somebody else came on your platform, you hit them with the fine tooth comb. Every time somebody else came on the platform, you were really getting after them for no reason. Every time somebody else came on your platform, you judged them for no real reason, with no grace, no empathy, no sympathy of any kind. But when it's your turn and your time, you go so far as to, you know, bash these people without any sort of leeway or anything like that. That's disgusting, gang. Let me know what you guys think. Does Fresh and Fit still have a leg to stand on? I definitely think not, but what do I know?